Hi all, welcome back to Unpitch Catch. We're speaking just a few hours before the second T20 between India and South Africa starts. India are currently one love ahead in this five-match series. Very comprehensive win in the first game. We pretty much had most of the players delivering in one way or the other. But of course, this comes on the back of a 2-1 series win in the ODIs against South Africa, which is also a pretty interesting series. It was won pretty much in the last match. But going back to the T20, because that was the most recent match, what are your observations, Ganesh?
I mean, it was an extremely thumping win. It looked like a minnow bashing the way South Africa batted. In fact, the way India started and they kept losing wickets. At one stage, they didn't look like reaching that 175 that they actually reached. Thanks to Hardik Pandya, they reached
Yeah.
175. But even then, 175 looked a par score. Maybe 10, 15 runs extra is what I thought, but it turned out to be 100 runs extra. So I mean, I think it was a great thumping win. I mean, which we expect India to do in white ball, Jaga.
Yeah.
Even in the ODIs when they won 2-1, the second game also.
Even the second game, yeah.
Even in the second game, it was a very high scoring game, which South Africa, I
Correct.
mean, all credit to South Africa for getting there. So I think the white ball, within the white ball scenario, India somehow find match winners for each game with the bat, with the ball, or so somehow the white ball doesn't seem to be a problem. So that brings to the question of, is red ball a problem?
So, or we should have the BCCI forcing the ICC to use white ball in test matches also. Maybe that's the solution here. It's kind of hard to believe that this is the same team that lost fairly comprehensively to South Africa. I don't know. I mean, there's probably multiple factors here in terms of just maybe role clarity, right? I mean, I think in the white ball game, pretty much everybody knows what position they're supposed to be, what range of positions they would bat at, what is their role and things like that. I kind of think that it doesn't exist in the red ball game whenever there's a chase on, even if it's a low, if you're chasing to hunt down a low total, or if you're batting last to save a match. I don't think the clarity is there. Which I don't know. Maybe I mean it's a topic that we keep talking about, right? Is the support staff primarily Gautam Gambhir really appropriate from a red ball coaching perspective? Should we have split coaches? And the interesting thing is that at this around the same time, we also had Brendan McCullum copying a lot of flack for his statement that England over prepared. Like over prepared by how? I mean, I don't think he really quantified how they over prepared. There's a lot of criticism that came his way after England basically lost the second test in what? Did it get to 4 days? Yeah, just
4 days,
about
yeah. I
4
mean,
days, right? Yeah.
that is the over preparation, Jaga. They
Okay.
doubled the minutes. The first test they lost in 2 days. They doubled the
Okay.
number of days in the second test. So which puts Australia in trouble. Australia
Yeah.
didn't know what to do when the match went into the
Correct.
fourth
Yeah.
day. So
Yeah, they're not dealt with that before. They probably are not expecting it, right? I mean, the thing is, if you look at India's T20 and ODI sides, I think they're really, really solid right now. Like they're coping, they're sort of nicely setting themselves up for the World Cup, the T20 World Cup that starts in a few months' time. And plus, there's the ODI World Cup in 27 as well. So I think a lot of these things are definitely building in that direction. The Virat's and Rohit's forms have certainly, at least from a ODI perspective, is very, very helpful. Plus, you have folks like Hardik coming back, and then some of the others also playing their own part. Right? Yashasvi Jaiswal scored 100. Then you had Hardik who scored in the T20 match. So a lot of things are falling into place for India. What is and how is it on the bowling front?
I mean, even again, Ruturaj got 100 in the bat, and
Yeah,
even in fact, Ruturaj is probably standing in for Shreyas Iyer, who's been in a very good
yeah,
form in ODIs. So we have a problem of plenty with the white ball, Jaga. I mean, probably again you can there once one set of people can blame the IPL and the focus on white ball hitting to our success, which also it's detrimental in the on the test
Yeah.
side also because people are playing too many shots and things like that. So I think yes, the point of having split coaches is a very interesting conversation, Jaga, because our ODI side he seems to be very good, and also we are defending Champions Trophy
Yeah.
champions, the T20 World Cup champions, even runners in the 50 over World Cup. So
Yeah.
there is nothing that seems to be actually going wrong with the white ball. I mean, though you can argue why is Gill playing T20s, but I
Yes.
mean that is something that will probably come back to it at the end of the series and see how he does well, he do well or not in these coming T20s. And also the mix up. I mean, Gambhir seems to be mixed up a lot. After the Test series, he said, "I'm not here to give excuses." And then after winning the ODI series, he comes back and says that we missed Shubman Gill, who scored about 1,000 runs in the last 7 games in Tests. So all those things he is also mixed up. So probably he also need a relief from white ball and red ball. So
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
only white ball to him. I mean, I personally think uh, the way white ball setup is in India and the way the players are coming, be it batting, bowling, you don't need a great coach or something for that. I feel
Mm. Then
it
that's why I put Gambhir there.
yeah, that's why I put Gambhir there. So I think Test cricket needs a better coach. There has to be something that the BCCI has to do
Yeah. Yeah.
about this. But like we have spoken before, there are no tests for the next 6, 7, 8 months, so it will be
Yeah.
completely forgotten by the next time. I really think that Gambhir will continue to be the coach of the red ball team also.
Yeah, I don't see that changing. And in terms of excuses, at least you have to be consistent, right? I mean, he said he's not here to give excuses. Then he says this is a team in transition and all that, right? So you have to decide what your stand
At least
is.
that was in the same interview. After one week, he comes up with an interview and says, "We missed Gill." After
Yeah,
winning the ODI series, he says, "We missed Gill in the Test series." So it's absolutely, and I think Gambhir is not coping enough flag like McCullum does. Jaga. McCullum has been everybody, I mean, past
yeah, yeah.
ex players, commentators, not just England and Australia, all over the world, everybody is giving a lot of flack to McCullum. I mean, rightly so, the way they are batting in tests and all those things. But compared to that, Gambhir is let away easily, I feel, Jaga.
Yeah, and remember that this is an Australian side without, in second test, it was without Pat Cummins, without Hazelwood, and without Nathan Lyon,
Like, I mean,
with only Mitchell Stark, being left behind, and a batting order that was in a lot of flux leading up to it. So it's kind of hard to see how England is going to recover from the 2-0 that they are down right now. Anyway, so that's
only
for
thing,
another
the
day. But
only thing, the only thing that happened in Test 2 was the world was saved from Mike Matthew Hayden with Root's
yeah, that's
100, I
true.
feel.
Yeah. Thankfully, Joe Root got that 100, and I mean, I think there's been unnecessary questions about how really great a player he is. Just because you don't score 100 in Australia doesn't really take anything away. He had a couple of 80s leading up to it. He was scoring a 50 every 3 innings or something like that, which is right up there with most others. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, getting 100 could be a marker, but then next thing, what do you extend? 200s, 150s. There's no end to it, right? So anyway, so I think the other good thing that's happened, especially in the last week or so, West Indies seems to be doing pretty well in New Zealand. They stuck it out to a draw in the first test. They had to bat 100 plus overs,
160
and
overs,
160
163 overs.
overs, and actually, at some point of time, some when they were like five down or six down, you kind of got the feeling that they were going to chase it down. It would have been in like a 500 plus chase. So
Yes,
they,
yes.
they did pretty well. And even in the second test, it's so far fairly level. Yeah, I mean, New Zealand did get a lead, and West Indies are now two down or something like that. But in that sense, you never know. But I think they're doing pretty well
I think
in
they've
the small
competed well.
time frames.
I mean, given the fact the West Indies that we know in the last 1 year, 2 years now, this series they've really competed well. And
Yeah,
in fact, New Zealand is also a full team with Kane Williamson also
yeah,
playing,
yeah.
and they have their bowlers to them. So they batting it out 160 plus overs on the fourth day and
Yeah.
fifth day. was a great, phenomenal achievement, I think. I mean, like you said, at one point of time, it looked like they were going to go for the
Hmm.
500, but then it was
Correct.
risky, and then they had to shut shop. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think that draw was a win to West Indies, I think. And even in the second game, though they are behind now, New Zealand, I would say their noses are ahead, but they've
Yeah.
competed very well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, overall, it's been a pretty good few days of international cricket. More to come. The T20s will get rounded off. The New Zealand West Indies test will continue, and then there's the Ash series as well. And I'll come back again in a few days. Any other closing thoughts?
Virat Kohli's form should augur well for India in ODI cricket. I mean, and he just that he plays only ODI cricket. I mean, he
Yeah,
didn't score so much in the Australia. I mean, in fact, he got a couple of ducks under 50 plus score in
yeah,
the Australia ODIs. But this time, 100 should augur well for his fans and for India also, obviously, leading into the 2027 World Cup.
and wasn't the last match in the Australia series the one where he and Rohit had a partnership?
Yes,
Or
yes, last
he
match,
got a
yes.
hundred in that one, right?
No,
Or
he
was
got
it?
a 50, Rohit got a 100.
Yes, yeah, correct.
So
So
Rohit got
last four
100.
matches has been pretty good form.
Yeah, so he was 0-0-50 in Australia. Here it's
Yeah.
100-150. So,
Yeah, I
uh,
mean, probably among the best that he's been batting in the last few years, which also is an indicator that he was actually not that good in the last few years. So
so
anyway, yeah,
this,
that's about it. So we'll hope that he continues his form leading into the rest of the ODI matches. I mean, I don't know how much ODI cricket there is in the next few months. I'm sure they'll forcibly put some series every now and then just to keep the form going.
there will be, because the 2027 World Cup coming up, there will definitely be a lot of ODIs, at least in the second half of
Correct.
2026, there will
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think the T20 World Cup is Feb and March. So after
be.
that, after the
After
IPL,
that.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of
Mhm.
opportunities. So yeah, that's about it. So we'll come back again in a few days' time, rounding up other cricket. In the meantime, please do keep watching. And if you have very opinionated comments around whether Gautam Gambhir should remain India's coach in all formats, or he should not be a coach in any format, or whatever it is, do let us know. And please do leave your comments and follow our channel.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye.